I never thought my life could take such a dark, twisted turn. My wife Meera and I had been married for 8 years. On the surface, our marriage seemed perfect. Shared goals, 2 kids, and a stable home. But beneath that veneer, deceit was quietly thriving. It started with small inconsistencies. Meera began staying late at work more often. Her phone was suddenly password protected, and she grew defensive whenever I asked simple questions. At first, I brushed it off, convincing myself that stress at work could explain everything. But deep down, something felt off. My instincts screamed that she was hiding something. One evening, I decided to check her laptop while she was in the shower. I had never violated her privacy before, but I needed answers. What I found shattered my world. Emails, messages, and photos revealed that Meera was having an affair with a coworker named Arjun. My blood ran cold as I read the intimate exchanges and plans for secret meetings. The woman I had trusted with my life had been betraying me for months. Instead of confronting her immediately, I decided to plan carefully. I knew I wanted more than just a breakup. I wanted justice and clarity. I quietly gathered evidence, screenshots, call logs, and even recordings of conversations that proved the affair beyond a doubt. Every detail was meticulously documented in case I needed it for legal purposes. The first step was a confrontation. One evening, I waited until she returned home and calmly laid out everything I had discovered. Meera's confident demeanor crumbled instantly. She tried to justify her actions, claiming loneliness and unmet emotional needs. But I wasn't interested in excuses. My trust had been shattered and the foundation of our marriage was gone. Then came the next step, full revenge, but in a measured, intelligent way. I wanted the truth about her infidelity to be undeniable, not just for me, but for everyone around us. I hired a private investigator to gather further proof, including photos of her meetings with Arjun. I also scheduled a DNA test for our youngest child, just to ensure that no lingering doubts about paternity remained. The results came back confirming that my child was biologically mine, which gave me a sense of relief, but also further justification for exposing the truth. Armed with irrefutable evidence, I confronted Meera again. This time I did so with witnesses present, close friends and family members who had unknowingly been supportive of her lies. I revealed the affair, showing them the emails, photos, and recordings. The shock on her face was palpable. Friends who had once admired her suddenly saw the reality, a web of deceit, manipulation, and betrayal. The divorce process followed swiftly. Meera attempted to minimize her culpability, but the evidence I presented made her arguments collapse. Courts typically focus on custody, property, and spousal support, but in my case, the affair and her manipulations heavily influenced proceedings. I ensured that our children's welfare was prioritized, while also protecting my financial and emotional interests. Months later, I reflected on the ordeal. The anger and heartbreak were intense, but the revenge and exposure gave me a sense of empowerment. Meera had tried to manipulate everyone, but her betrayal had been made visible for all to see. The DNA test not only confirmed my paternity, but also symbolized the clarity I had reclaimed in my life. I realized that revenge doesn't have to be about cruelty. It can be about strategic, calculated justice. By gathering evidence, exposing the truth publicly, and ensuring legal safeguards, I turned a devastating betrayal into a story of empowerment and accountability. Now, I live independently, focusing on personal growth, career, and my children. I rebuilt trust in myself, strengthened my resolve, and learned a crucial lesson. Deceit may hide in the shadows, but evidence, clarity, and patience can bring it into the light. The ultimate lesson I learned is that betrayal can destroy relationships, but it doesn't have to destroy your life. By staying calm, gathering proof, and acting strategically, I reclaimed control over my future. Meera's affair cost her credibility, respect, and the marriage she once took for granted, while I emerged stronger, wiser, and determined to protect myself from similar deception in the future. In the end, catching a cheating spouse is only the beginning. The real victory lies in exposing the truth, seeking justice, and reclaiming your dignity, and that is exactly what I did.